Good morning yet again. Oh, yet again. That makes it sound like this is not exciting. Well, it should be exciting, but and it should be applicable to you. That's right. Otherwise, well, why would you be tuning into this thing? And you want to know something? There's a lot of things that are applicable to you, even if perhaps you don't see it at first light. Really? What am I talking about? Oh boy, what am I talking about this morning? Well, I'm talking about this morning, of course, what we're focusing on this week, the Michael Magro Foundation. As that pertains to you, it's one of these foundations that got started for all the wrong reasons, a bad scenario, but it is now focused on a very clear and defined message and action, where they are trying to help other families deal with some of the financial issues when they have a family member having to be treated for cancer. So that in and of itself is just an absolute wonderful what they're doing. Kind of challenge as to why they're doing that. But you, the business owner. So the question to you is, should you be involved with a nonprofit? Should you be supporting a community organization, one that makes sense for you? The answer is yes. Does it have to be a direct connection with you? The answer is no. It doesn't have to be a direct connection. Should it make sense for you? Yes, there should be some emotional connection along the way with it. Otherwise, you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. But that's not really the reason why. But there are different aspects of businesses participating, and it's sometimes it may not be clear, and sometimes it may not be just a direct I serve that community. That really has got nothing really to do with it. What it has to do with is that how are you being seen, and then where that kind of goes within your circle over here. So the company that we're going to be introducing you to this morning does not have a pure or a business connection with it. It's got started much more on a personal level, but as you'll learn, it has impacted the business in a very positive manner from the people that they work with, and also how they're seen amongst within their community. And it's important. I'm telling you, it's unbelievably important that you are seen as part of a community, because there, my friends, is the basis of your brand. And your brand is not just how good you are in business, it's you. It is you, how you are seen. And this holds true with the solo entrepreneurs, the small business owners, and the larger businesses too. Pay attention to that as you go through. All right, so specifically, who are we speaking to today? Today we got a great guest, somebody who's been a part of the Michael Magro Foundation for for quite a while, long way through. So who is he? He is the managing partner for East End Group. East End Group is a self-performing general contracting company. Today's guest is none other than Ryan Dempsey. And Mr. Dempsey, I thank you very much for joining us here this morning to share your story about the nonprofit world with your involvement with the Magro Foundation and the Magro family, of course, and starting your day talking with us, even though it has nothing to do with contracting. So a little different twist here for your morning routine. Hey, good morning, Ryan.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Doing
Thank you
great.
for having me.
Yeah, I find starting the day off with these things just to be incredibly inspirational, for me, because I get a chance to meet people like you, that are really doing the right thing and doing the right thing from the business perspective, but also doing the right thing with being involved with a nonprofit or multiple nonprofits as your story goes along over here. But sometimes we make an effort to go figure out which one makes sense. Other times it's not. That nonprofit finds you, and this is that case. So you want to explain well, let's go with the business a little bit also, because I think it's important to note that this is not a business decision. This became a personal thing. So what
Yeah,
exactly is East End Group, if we could?
yeah. So East End is a self-performing facility maintenance and general construction firm. So we perform a wide array of services in-house. So our facility maintenance division comprises from exterior maintenance of land and snow and concrete and asphalt to interior services from handyman, small little renovations, electrical service, plumbing, and mechanical service calls. And our construction end does, everything from renovation to ground up construction.
General, with the title, general contractors, I'm thinking that you're working with a whole array of people, but you got the self-performing?
Yeah, so all our 95% of our trades are all performed in-house. So we do everything from our land clearing to our heavy excavation to our concrete foundations to masonry and block to our carpentry work, electrical work, all in-house.
So, so everybody is part of your team, part of the
Correct.
group. So all right. So obviously then that vetting process is just, that's an assumption. I mean, because it just is.
100%. Everyone has the same core values. They come to the same safety meetings. You really get a sense of collaboration on a project that you wouldn't get normally with a regular general contractor.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
great.
the guy that runs our, site work division has to then pass the project to the, concrete and masonry division, and they sit an office apart. Then it gets passed to my interior division. They all sit in the same office. So it doesn't become a finger pointing game. We're the only one you can point the finger at.
That's funny. I was just thinking about it, but he was supposed to, and she was supposed to. It's not. It's a we.
Yeah, it's a we thing. Everyone works together. Everyone's there to pick each other up when they're falling behind, and it becomes a real teamwork.
That's great. That's a super important part of the brand. Also, it starts from within,
100%.
and then it's seen outward too. So this is a great little point there. So thanks for clarifying that one. The Magro Foundation. Terry and the rest of the team over there. It was not something that you sought out. It was a matter of them. You personally know them.
Yeah,
Just explain that little backstory over there, and then we'll move forward.
yeah. So I grew up with Mark. We went to elementary school together, and we're still friends to this day. Been through a lot together, and the foundation, when it came about, at first I didn't really get involved, and Terry brought back the golf outing. I'd say this will be our 4th year now. And I saw that come out, and I said, that's what I'm going to stick my hand in there and help her out with that. And we became East End decided to become the event sponsor that first year, and we've been the event sponsor since. And we've really helped bring the golf outing to another level.
Yeah, it's are you a golfer by choice, or all of a sudden that became like, hey, you have to play?
It became a little bit of
golf now.
It became more prominent. I always enjoyed playing golf, and it becomes a lot easier to play golf in the business I'm in.
Yeah, that is good. But so have you involved your business in the golf outing, or is this more of a personal you doing it?
No, the whole business gets involved. My whole team gets involved in it, from playing in it to help organizing it. It's a real team effort.
Yeah, it's in that respect, that's got to be a good thing, also, because it's a day of the rest of the contracting work probably slows down a little bit on golf day. It's golf day. But I even wonder about the customers that you work with must actually appreciate that also, how they perceive you.
Customers enjoy. We invite customers. We invite suppliers of ours. We invite professionals that we deal with on a daily basis, whether we invite them as our guests or they come and participate in the event. So it really becomes a company outing as well, especially this outing.
I was just thinking that it definitely sounds like it can be seen as a company outing, doing this, and for all the foundation in its existence, why it got started, never a good thing, but it is good to have that kind of involvement from the foundation standpoint, also to know that you're there and such a big part of it.
No, 100%. And the Magro Foundation is very easy to get behind and support. It's a pure volunteer board. Every dollar goes back. There's no hidden fees. It doesn't go anywhere else. Every dollar that gets donated gets used wisely and has a big impact. So it's very easy for people to get involved with it.
Yeah, the golf outings are I don't golf. All right, let's just be clear. Last time I was on a golf course, it was not pretty. It was definitely not pretty.
We're not going to say our outing's the prettiest either. We definitely get some people that are there just to have a good time, which we're more than happy about.
I remember one time I swung the club. That was good. It hit the ball. That was good. It hit a tree. That was not so good. Went backwards.
At least you hit the ball.
Hit the ball. We got it duck because it came backwards. Oh, that was terrible. All right, let's get. I'm sorry. Let me put the professional face back on again. Yeah. So it is. Yeah, but it has got to be good. To have everybody come out and enjoy a day of golfing for great reasons, and the involvement with it. Right. You don't necessarily have to be a golfer. You definitely don't have to be a good golfer.
Golfer. Yeah, no, that's definitely not a requirement.
No, but yeah, I mean, the dinner and the food aspect of the camaraderie side of it thing is that's kind of immeasurable from the business aspect of it, especially since you're involving everybody. You really made a big deal out of participating in this. So
Oh, 100%. The golf outing, this outing starts getting planned literally after last year's outing got pushed a couple times with the pandemic,
right.
but we literally went right into planning of this year's event right after last year's. So it's a full year commitment from the team that's on the golf committee. There's about 7 of us. Everyone's very involved, from planning and making sure the day goes smooth.
Yeah, and that's coming up soon. Might as well,
Yeah.
What is the date? For
Yeah,
that?
the golf outing is coming up June 10th. Actually, yesterday we just announced that the golf portion of it is sold out. So we have no more foursomes
Nice.
able to can't play, but you could still come support with sponsorships and the dinner event afterwards. We're still selling tickets for.
Nice. There you go. You get that's good. No, I don't have to tell you. I can't golf at all.
Yeah, exactly. But we won't get you on that, but you can still write a check for a sponsorship and come play. Comfort.
There you go. Oh, Ryan, I really would have loved to. That is so not true. I really don't want to play, without a doubt. That is definitely positively, not my thing. And I know they got the car show event, coming up too. So
Yeah, the car show's coming up over the summer.
It's a lot. I mean, it really is a lot. I mean, sometimes we get hobbies involved, in the foundation, but then we also include, the fact that you're including your customer suppliers. I mean, it seems like everybody that you're interacting with, from a business perspective, knows that you're doing this, is invited to participate in some respect or another. Great that you sold out already. I mean, that really is.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a testament to the relationships the whole board has and the support that the Michael Magro Foundation gets, that it's this easy to sell out events like these.
Right. Now, since you're so involved, you're on the committee for that one too. Let's just take the aspect of it. So you have a newer business, right? Not your business, but somebody that's newer. Say, hey, Ryan, want to get involved in some nonprofit in some way. What do you think? From a participation as a small business, let's call it 10-employee business, right? So we don't have the ability to write checks for tens of thousands of dollars. It's strategic. How do you see them benefiting from participating, in a golf event? We'll just use that as the example.
Whether it's a simple T-sign or sponsorship, you have roughly 150 people on the course that are going to see that event signage throughout it. And when you go to events like this, the people that are coming all have the same common core values, I like to put it. They all are there for a good cause, and they all want to support people that are supporting good causes like that as well. So people do take notice to whether it's a T-sign or you're the event sponsor and everything in between. They're noticing what companies and what brands or what logos are up on that signage, and they want to do business with people that have those same values. So there's been, I know I've introduced suppliers at events like this that have went on to do business together, and it's everyone really, you already kind of know everyone. Everyone's already vetted that they're a good person to work with. They have the same values. They want to do good in the world, and you want to do business with people like that.
Yeah, it's because it's tough to measure. I mean,
Oh,
I've
no,
got
there's no way to measure what it's not like going to a networking event where you're gonna land some sort of business, or there's a formula you could put to it, but it's getting your name out there. It's getting to, you're stuck with these people for 4 hours on a golf course. You're kind of
seen me
trapping
play,
people. So
haven't you?
golf is definitely a good networking tool if you want to get a conversation with someone. But we have businesses that, donate thousands of dollars to even small businesses, even restaurants during this, that are donating $50 gift cards to the event. that someone can win. And it's everyone, it goes a long way, every dollar.
Yeah. Oh, the restaurants with the Magro Foundation is like that. That's an art in and of itself. It's
No,
just so many.
100%.
Yeah, that's definitely different. But good, but it is for a company to sponsor, let's say the T sign, right? It's tough to measure what the quote unquote business success of that is. The branding, the who you are success. You know what? There's a personal feel good that always goes along. That definitely goes along with that aspect of it. And then of course you got the photo opportunity too. Say, hey, here's my sign. That kind of thing.
Yeah, no. I think also another thing we do is, all the sponsors do get a shout out, so the Magro Foundation does promote on their social media pages. All the sponsors get some sort of recognition through social media before the event and after the event, thanking them for their participation, as well as letting everyone else know that they did participate in the event, even if they're not there.
Yeah, they really understand that. That's been one of the standouts, especially with speaking to you and a few of the others, and knowing Terry, for so long, and knowing the foundation for so long, also, is that they really seem to be very cognizant, really super cognizant of how important it is for the businesses to be a part of whichever way it makes sense for them, but to be a part of the foundation and supporting that, because that is, as you mentioned before, it's all volunteer.
Oh,
And
100%. I think it's a testament to that too. By, I could speak to the golf outing. I think from last year we have 100% of our sponsors back.
wow,
No questions asked. Every sponsor that sponsored last year took a sponsor this year as well.
that's an
And
amazing.
we've had some sponsors for, all 4 years now. So
That's
it's an amazing testament to the value that people think they're getting from the event, and just the cause that they're supporting.
yeah, that's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible. You're gonna have to have a 2-day event next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Notice how I volunteered. You have to have
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Thanks for that one.
I'll have you on twice. I'll do my part.
Thank you.
No, but it certainly makes your life a lot easier when it comes to putting on these events, when you have that kind of return. When the sponsors return, I'd imagine a lot of the foursomes are probably back again.
Oh,
Also.
yeah, no, it becomes a great event that people want to come to. They're excited to hear about it. I don't even have to send it out some years to some sponsors that I know. They're like, "Oh, when's the event this year? What
Right.
day is it going to be? I already want to go." They look forward to it.
Yeah, as soon as it hits 40 degrees, it's like, oh, it's 40 degrees. Let's call Ryan. Hey, man.
Yeah, yeah, I'm ready to get out there. Especially with the pandemic, it's helped. Everyone's definitely wanted to get out there more than ever.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully the weather holds together, for all these
That's
golf outings, because
that's always the hope and the pray.
it
But
has to this
when
year.
you have a good cause, hopefully we'll get a little extra help and make sure it's a beautiful day.
Yeah, it's just, the fundraising side of life has been, I'll use the word
No,
challenge over the past 12 months or so. And, this year has got to be a big year, for that. Hopefully everybody gets back on track. And I'm not going to say back to normal. That's not really going to be it. I think it'll always be different, but it's also created some unique opportunities. Virtual golf. You could do a virtual golf thing. You might count me in on that one.
exactly.
I'll
You
send
putt
my
from your living room.
yeah, that's it. Little, I really got it in the hole over here. That little thing in the carpet and that kind of stuff. But it really is great, and it really is a part of the business success that goes along with it. You bring up a great point. And this is the case, and I think overall too, and this might be pandemic related, is the fact that I'm finding more and more people are paying closer attention to businesses that are doing the right thing. And what I mean by that is supporting the nonprofit community, supporting organizations where it just is well, and sometimes it's a natural fit, sometimes not, but affiliating with some other group, in there. And you're a living testament, to that one, because
Yeah, no, 100%. I think that in times like these, people want to find an outlet to go to give back, to feel like they're making a difference. And this is absolutely a great foundation to give back to.
yeah. And is this so? Your main focus is with the Magro Foundation. You participate with others also,
Yeah,
a little
yeah,
bit,
yeah,
or
yeah. No, we have a couple other foundations that both my partner and I give back to. That we both sit on boards of a few different charities. You know, mostly the same causes. So pediatric cancer is big with us. Veterans are real big with us, and even just local families, that need help, in our community.
right?
So we try to give back to any cause that is worthwhile.
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to do. You
Yeah,
got you
100%. You have to give back. We're very blessed in this world, and it's one of those things when you have the opportunity to be able to give back, comes back to you 10 spades over.
right. Yeah, no, it does. Even if it's just in the, hey, I did something right this week.
Yeah, no. If you're able to do it and you're able to give someone a hand, you know, not all our donations are monetary. Some of them are, donating time, and our whole team steps up and will help participate in those events. Um, you know, so it becomes a team effort, and it becomes from the company aspect, it becomes a team building event for us. We're able to get everyone involved, everyone steps up, no problem. And it really becomes something that everyone's proud of at the end of the day.
Yeah, I enjoy some of the historical stuff, and you always hear from some of the men that built New York City, like, hey, yeah, I built that building, and you get that personal pride that goes along with it. It's the same thing that's going to hold true over here. I help support whatever, and if you could really point to a physical something, I think that's I don't know if that's more meaningful or not. Maybe not so much, but knowing that you're helping a family get through a tough situation. And it definitely is good personally, and the brand and what people see from it from an outsider standpoint, knowing that you are supporting. And I don't mean just you. I mean, like, by you putting on that golf outing and being part of that committee, you're enabling so many other businesses to participate in something that is really good for them.
Oh, 100%. And you know, it puts people in the position that you're able to leverage your network that you built and really see who gives back, and, or has the same common interests as you. It really becomes a giant team at the end of the day.
Yeah. And I'd imagine a little bit of fun along the way too. Yeah.
We definitely don't skimp on the fun. It's definitely a fun day.
Yeah, somebody gets yeah. The hole in one, of course, has got to be there, but for the other side of it, the broken club award or whatever. I've done
Yeah.
that too.
But no, it's definitely a fun event. From the moment you get there to the moment you leave, there's always something going on. So we try to make it, as fun as we can.
Yeah, it's nice doing these things. And have you last year did you do the golf outing, or you weren't
Yeah,
really able to?
last year, typically we do it in June. Last year, we had to push out till, I believe, October. We wound up doing it. It was going to be September. We pushed a couple times the date, but there's another testament to the way the foundation. Everyone was more than happy to keep their support going as we pushed dates, and we got rained out on one date, and it wound up being in October. But we had a little bit different setup last year with all the COVID restrictions.
Right.
But we still had full support of the event, and it was one of our best events ever. So
Wow, that's really good. Yeah, it's October's a tough time to do golf. Though. I thought you just
it got a little chilly from what we were used to, but no, everyone made the best of it. Everyone was still there to support, and it was a great day.
yeah, no, it's yeah, being adaptable to a lot of these situations. And again, hopefully by next year, well, this year, of course, for the golf outing, that knock on wood, that in and of itself, should be fine if the weather's good too. Get a little bit more flexibility with different things. Hopefully by next year we get back to, those indoor events too, because I'm sure there's a little pent up demand for the food events.
100%.
Yeah,
Everyone's definitely dying and come to the tasting event again.
yeah, that's that is certainly a big one where that probably from a head count standpoint, that's probably the largest of them.
Yes, I would
I
say
think,
that's probably the largest event.
yeah.
Hopefully the golf event's creeping up a little bit faster onto that, but no, the tasting event is definitely the largest.
That's a lot of people for a golf. How many people do you normally have with the golf event?
Golf
Let's
event,
assume, let's assume.
golfer wise, about 150, but between dinner and guest afterwards, it's climbing up that, to 250, 300-ish.
So you get quite a few people. So there's plenty of opportunities besides the tea sponsor.
Oh yeah. No. You can sponsor just about anything.
That's the beauty of fundraising events. Hey, there's an empty spot on the wall over there. That could be you.
Yeah, exactly. If you have a sponsorship idea, we're more than happy to listen.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's look, and it's all for a good cause. It's all fun. It's a smile day, and that kind of thing. The reality does come through. I'm sure Terry or somebody from the foundation is making the comments about why everybody is there. It's not just about the golf. It's not just about the camaraderie building, the networking side of it. It's not just about the brand. It's just about, it is about, raising money to help out these families as they're going through some very, very difficult times.
No, 100%. And it really hits home with a lot of people, why they're there and for the cause. I would say everyone in the room that night has, might not be pediatric cancer, but cancer has touched almost everyone that I know, in some shape or form. Some obviously worse than others, but everyone really gets to see the point and gets to get behind a great cause.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start talking about these things. Going back on that note, we got a couple of minutes. We'll end on a positive note over here, but the realistic side of it, is the fact that cancer is huge, different types of cancer, pediatric or beyond, and it has affected my family, also. And it's like, if it's not immediately in the family, we all know somebody someplace, that's been impacted by it.
Yeah.
And then knowing, also knowing what families go through when there has been some diagnosis, especially with a child. It's like everything gets turned upside down completely, 100%. And it's just hard to manage anything on the outside. All focus goes that way,
Yeah.
and the expenses are not just medical expenses, and that, from a personal situation, it wasn't just those medical expenses, that were part of it. That's handled by somebody else. It's all these other expenses that happen where you're not at home, you're traveling, parking fees, grabbing a cup of coffee or lunch someplace, all the rest of that stuff. Just, it adds up.
No, 100%. And I think between people that are involved with the board and, Terry and Paul firsthand, they have that experience, unfortunately. And they know the things that people don't normally think of. One of the things that always hit home to me was, what about the other child? What about giving them something? When you're focusing on one child. So there's a lot of things that hit home that you don't realize that they bring to light.
Yeah, I'm sure you have some personal stories when it comes to that one too. I always thought about that other child, issue, that kind of happens over there, because there's so many emotions flying around all at the same time. But we can save that. We'll save that conversation. Just imagine that one, as it goes through. That is why people need to be friends with people and be there for them when they're going through tough times. And
100%.
Seen that change around so many times. People that were going through a chronic illness, it's like all of a sudden some people fade away. That's reality. Other times people show up that you just didn't know they were going to show up. Ryan, it's nice to know you're one of those guys that were there to show up, and whether they expected it or not, you did it. So bravo to you on that one.
I appreciate that. And thank you for having me today.
Yeah. So look, golf outing is great, wonderful thing for everybody to participate in and go and do. And mostly smiles, a few tears, I'm sure, thrown in over there. A lot of hugs. Hugs. We will get back to hugs one of these days.
Hopefully.
Hugs will be the word, or maybe that'll be the word of the year in 2022. We'll go with fist bumps this year, but hugs in 22. That's my line. It's my bumper sticker. All right.
All right. You can have that one.
Hugs in 22. All right. Final thing. So East End Group, you guys are there. self-performing general contracting. So if you absolutely positively want to make sure that they know who's showing up at your home to do whatever it is, those are the guys to give a call to. Where do you serve, by the way? What geographical area?
We service pretty much the whole East Coast.
The whole East Coast. Okay, there we go. Wow, huge. Okay.
Yeah, we got a little bit of reach.
Yeah, there's a name that's kind of expanded a little bit more. So
Yeah, we stick to our roots.
East End and the coast.
Yeah,
You know, as that goes. And the golf outing is coming up in June. You
June
can't
10th.
golf, but by gosh, you can always show up and sponsor something.
Yeah, absolutely. Sponsorship and dinner tickets are still available, and we look forward to seeing everyone out there.
Absolutely terrific. Hey, Ryan, we'll put the link up for your website, for the company website on here, and then also to the Magro Foundation. And I'm sure the golf outing is
Yeah.
going to be, you know, on there in some respect. You know, that'll be fine. If there's anything from last year we want to throw up on that one, you know, that'll be excellent, you know, to do. And unbelievable. You have
Yeah.
all the sponsors coming back. Most of the
Yeah.
teams come back. That is such a testament to the foundation, to your efforts, and also to, well, I guess to the golf outing in and of itself also. So
Yeah,
bravo.
it's really a testament to the people that show up there every year too. You know, it makes it easy when you have great people at the event.
That's what makes it work. Great people supporting great people. Thank you,
Exactly.
buddy. Really
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Thank you.
It is what makes it work, right? When you have the right people doing the right thing at the right place at the right time, makes it happen. Obviously, it does happen there with East End Group because they've built that team in order to do their thing with the contracting and whatever work that needs to be done up and down the East Coast, not just the East End, but the East Coast. That's there, but that also filters so much into the nonprofit communities. How does a nonprofit work? By the right people being involved with the right group, right time, making the whole thing work and making it work efficiently. And that's why it's so important for you to kind of consider where your efforts should be. If everything you do is an uphill battle, then really is that something that makes sense? And why? Why is it an uphill battle? Are you just in the wrong place, wrong people, wrong everything? But when it works, it's absolutely magical because there's so many great things that can come from that, such as the golf outings, the fundraising events. You know, you get more time when you got that super foundation that's there to put it together, and then you can continue to expand, you know, as it grows. The benefits, well, the benefits are on the business side of it too. It becomes a networking event, a camaraderie kind of thing, a company outing in this case. But then the benefit back to the foundation, well, the Magro Foundation knows it's an event that they can rely on to have the money coming through and the sponsorship and the visibility that goes along with it. And then also now that Terry and team on that one know that they could support these families, they can make additional commitments on that side of it. It works. Boy, it works. And you could take that scenario, those turn of events, you could put it wherever you like, in whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be the nonprofit, whether it be the business, whether it be your own personal success, whatever it is. So important to be with the right people. Can't stress that enough. That that is a strategy of success. Be with the right people. The forward-looking business ideas, they'll come from those right people. Because not only will they be looking for their success, they're looking for your success. Because it does take a team to make that happen. Speak to that team. And when you speak well, speak often, and live inspired.